Cathie Woods has been a household name when it comes to the stock market industry as one of the most well-known and established female figures on the scene. She has gained quite the following to the point where fellow stock market enthusiasts follow her moves quite closely in order to study up on her methods. A recent move that she had made caused quite the traction in the stock market, and we are going to discuss that today. Today, we are here to cover why Cathie Woods decided to remain bullish on Tesla and Bitcoin. Before we get into it, do me a favor and smash the like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell button for notifications whenever a new video gets published. Without further ado, let's dive into the video. Before we cover the situation itself, let's take a closer look at the very subject of today's video. Who is Cathie Woods? Catherine Duddy Woods is well known in the finance world for being the founder, CEO, and CIO of ARK Invest, an investment management firm that recently gained a reputation as a management firm that handles the largest actively managed exchange-traded funds. Cathie even received further recognition in 2020 when she was named the best stock picker of 2020 by Bloomberg News editor-in-chief emeritus Matthew A. Winkler. Cathie Woods was born as the oldest child of immigrants from Ireland, smack dab in the middle of Los Angeles. During his time in Ireland, Cathie's father served in the Irish Army. However, after the immigration, he took the time to serve in the United States Air Force. Cathie would eventually graduate from the Notre Dame University in Los Angeles in 1974. Notre Dame was an all-girls Catholic high school, which meant that Cathie grew up in a very religious-oriented environment. In 1981, Cathie would eventually graduate with the highest distinction from the University of Southern California, with a Bachelor of Science degree in Finance and Economics. It is during her years in the university where she met the man who ended up being one of her mentors. It was none other than one of her professors, the economist Arthur Laffer. In 1977, with a little help from her mentor, Arthur Laffer, she managed to find a job as the assistant economist at Capital Group. She worked over there for 3 years before she decided to move to New York City. Over there, she managed to grasp at a job at Jennison Associates as chief economist, analyst, portfolio manager, and managing director. She decided to take her time as she worked with the firm for 18 years. She had a hand in all kinds of financial initiations. In 1998, she teamed up with Lulu C. Wang in order to co-found Topelo Capital Management, a hedge fund that was to be situated in New York City. In 2001, she parted ways with Jennison Associates in order to join AllianceBernstein as Chief Investment Officer of Global Thematic Strategies. She proceeded to work for this firm for 12 years, as she managed $5 million. However, in the years 2007 to 2008, he received criticism by many for performing worse than the overall market during the financial crisis of those 2 years. She found herself departing from AllianceBernstein in 2014. The reason? The firm heard her idea for actively managed exchange-traded funds based on disruptive innovation and decided that it was too much of a risk to take. This is where she takes one of her career-deciding steps as she founded ARK Invest, a company that was clearly named after the Ark of the Covenant, which was not surprising considering her upbringing. Cathie would later claim that the name was due to her reading of the one-year Bible. Career-wise, it was smooth sailing from here on out for her. As of the creation of this video, Cathie Woods is known for having 2 of her funds on the list of the top 10 largest female-run funds by total net assets, a feat that only helped her further establish a dominating presence within the financial world. Let's take a look at Cathie's personal life now. Cathie is known to live in Wilton, Connecticut, and she is divorced. As it is for many, Cathie had to endure tragedy as her ex-husband died in 2018. Cathie takes care of 3 children, Caitlin, Caroline, and Robert. She considers walking to be one of her favorite pastimes, as she usually takes breaks from long virtual meetings by going on early morning walks. Her daily routine usually has her awake by 7 a.m. as she dedicates most of her time to doing research. Cathie Woods is a devout Christian. Her faith even pressed onto her daily routine as she takes time to read the Bible every morning while she prepares her morning coffee. She even takes time to be an active member of her local church. Another choice of Cathie's that caught the public eye was when she supported Donald Trump's re-election campaign in 2020. She claimed that it was strictly an economic view, as she had worries of increased capital gains taxes and new taxes on unrealized gains under Joe Biden's administration. However, as the election concluded, she said that she is no longer worried. due to her feeling as if those changes are unlikely. Of course, while also being an inspiration in the world of finance, Cathie took the time to inspire young girls everywhere by starting the Duddy Innovation Institute through her high school. The institute innovates girls to study disruptive innovation. Due to the nature of her work and her personality, Cathie Woods also seems to have a large following on Reddit. Now that we have some insight as to who exactly Cathie Woods is, let's dive into the topic at hand. Due to the uncertain state of the world right now, it seems that tech stocks have taken a bit of a hit. This has caused investors to divert their attention towards banks, big oil, and other value sectors. However, there will always be those fans of trendy momentum and innovation that will flat out refuse to give up their investment in the tech world just yet. The CEO of ARK Invest, Cathie Woods, just happens to be one of those who hold the same sentiment. After all, she has grown into one of the more influential voices on Wall Street. She is also one of the major backers of Tesla. In a webcast that was held by CBOE Global Markets, Cathie spoke her mind. We've seen higher valuation stocks hit hard this year, but the growth of these innovative companies will still be treated well over time. She was not alone in the webcast, however, as Kevin O'Leary, who was well known for his appearance in Shark Tank and for his family of O-Shares ETF, joined alongside her. That is not all, however, as Jan Van Eck also joined. He is well known for owning the firm that recently launched the Buzz ETF, that tracks stocks that gain traction on social media. Cathie claimed that she has noticed the majority of investors shifting their money into the more cyclical areas, betting on the success of the economy, like retailers and airliners. She claims that it is a good thing and that she encourages the broader market rally to broaden even further. The economy is taking its time as it continues its fragile recovery. Many are beginning to fear bond yields and inflation. However, Cathie, Kevin, and Jan Van Eck all claim that they are not too worried about these trends ever hurting growth stocks. They also took the time to stress on the fact that younger individual investors will end up playing a big role in the market ever since zero-commission brokerage firms came into play, with the most popular example being Robinhood, notorious for being a major player in the GameStop incident. In the webcast, Van Eck took the time to state, "There are a lot of retail investors playing in the market thanks to Robinhood and Coinbase. Individual investors are more engaged." Kevin added his 2 cents as he also claimed to believe that the stock market boom can last. However, he says that he does not believe in the notion that cyclical stocks will continue to outperform the tech stocks for much longer. He ended up elaborately explaining exactly as to why. Yes, people are seeking quality, but some sectors are permanently damaged, and airlines are one of them due to technology. I don't need to fly to Dubai as much anymore for meetings when we're doing Zoom calls every week. Of course, this is where Cathie ends up adding her 2 cents, taking the finance world by storm. She claimed that she believes in Bitcoin and that Bitcoin is ready for prime time. Her belief stems from the idea that prices will continue to climb over the long haul, as companies will move over to the crypto-friendly strategies like Tesla and Square have done. She claims that it makes sense for most investors to at least have between 2.5 to 6.5% of their assets in Bitcoin. Kevin also addressed his belief on the matter. It's no secret that Kevin has been pretty skeptical on Bitcoin for the past few years. However, in the webcast, he claimed that he is growing more and more convinced each day that Bitcoin will gain traction. Van Eck also noted that the upcoming debut of Coinbase should be something that all investors should keep an eye out for, as it has a potential valuation of $100 billion following its direct listing. Because of this, Van Eck is expecting more big investment firms to cash in on Bitcoin or risk being left in the dust. A recent example would be Fidelity, who just joined a growing list of firms that are planning to launch a crypto ETF with the SEC. And we have reached the end of the video. Do you think crypto is the future? What are your thoughts on Cathie Woods' investment advice? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Before leaving, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell button for notifications on future content. With that being said, I'll see you in the next one.